Alicia Bruce Trujillo from Colorful Colorado Collaborations. Today, speaking with my co-collaborators, Celesté Martinez and introducing Nicole Moore. We are getting ready for season 2 of Colorful Colorado Collaborations coming up next month, but we thought we would do a new introduction here in case you're new here or in case you missed kind of how we got started. So I'm going to ask Celesté, since you and I kind of created this thing last year, how did Colorful Colorado Collaborations get started?
Yeah, great question. So Colorful Colorado Collaborations really got started because, you and I have been friends for a minute, and I saw that on your Instagram that you shared about this national online music festival where these big name artists were actually partnering with small businesses in their hometowns and communities and, having a show to raise money for them. And I thought that was a really cool idea. And around that same time, I was about to publicly launch my own business, Celesté Alegría, and I was trying to think of creative ways to get the word out about, what I'm up to and what Celesté Alegría is all about. And so I was like wondering, just like off the cuff, sent an IG message to you on like, what would this look like if we did this on the local level? And I was also really inspired because I saw musicians in our local scene like Lady Gang partner up with local breweries such as Lady Justice, who I ended up collaborating with as well, and creating creative marketing campaigns on how to promote new music. And so I was like, oh, how could we combine all of these cool ideas and basically center a project that celebrates the best of Black, Indigenous, POC entrepreneurs, musicians, small businesses in our own state, and create unique collaborations that are really fun, but also, promote each other. And I feel like that was something I kept hearing as well from the business community, is how hard everybody was being hit during this time, and especially when it came to the service industry. So what could be a way that, I could just spark a little bit of joy, and you were down to do it. So we just went with the idea. And it was kind of a whirlwind season 1, but it was really beautiful, the magic that we were able to create. So that's a little where we started. And I remember we had that conversation maybe in June, and we launched our first collaboration in the first week of September. So it was a pretty quick turnaround, and I'm really excited for everything we have coming up.
For sure. And we wrapped season 1 in October, by the way. So this was 4 different collaborations within a 2-month span. So yeah, and that's actually kind of where Nicole comes in, and we're going to hear more from Nicole, but she saw what we were doing and kind of wanted to get involved. And thankfully, we're really glad she is here. And Celesté, I kind of want to give the people a little bit more background on you. So tell me a little bit more about what you do outside of Colorful Colorado Collaborations and kind of what you're going to be doing within it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, I am a full-time entrepreneur. I am a life coach, a community organizer, and a transformational leader through my business, Celesté Alegría. And I work with individuals and organizations to ignite joy through transformation. So really the heart of my work is coaching and being able to support people through a transformative process. And, that also then informs the consulting services that I offer to organizations as well. A lot of the work I do is grounded in racial justice and how can we further, Black and Indigenous liberation? How can we be having real conversations about equity? Lots of stuff like that. But I would definitely say Colorful Colorado is a huge passion project. I really see a lot of alignment in, what I do through Celesté Alegría. A big part of it is fostering and creating spaces of joy for Black, Indigenous, people of color, queer, trans people of color, and Latinx and Chicanx folks. And so I see Colorful Colorado as a way to continue to create and curate those spaces, and also combine just like my interests as a musician and entrepreneur in a fun way. So my role is really behind the scenes as more of an online promoter. I manage our social media here, work with our behind the scenes folks such as Applewood Revolts, owned by Jose Carmona, as well as our photographer who's just been crushing it since day one, Carson Halloway. And we're excited to have both of them back. There's other folks that support, behind the scenes as well, but there's a lot of pieces we try to put together so we can make sure that the products that we're creating look great. People know about the music of our musicians, and that's captured right in these like beautiful designs and accessible to all of you. So I'm excited to continue to support in that way. And yeah.
Well, and we're going to be expanding here in season 2 as well. And we're going to be getting to know some of these behind the scenes folks as the season goes on. But one major addition is Nicole Moore. Celeste, I'm going to hand things over to you to talk more with Nicole.
Yeah, so our newest co-creator is Nicole Moore. And yeah, Nicole, we'd love for the people to get to know you. Tell us about who you are and how you jumped into being a co-creator with us on Colorful Colorado Collaborations.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a community member. That's really, I've seen other people say, and that really resonates. I have my own counseling business called Compassionate Counseling of Denver, and I've served DPS implementing mental health programs for the past about 6 years. How I really got started, though, is that Bruce is my sister from another mister. And I didn't know you at the time, Celeste, but anytime you guys would do anything, I was like, yes, keep going. Yes, yes, go, 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 go. I was the self-appointed Flavor Flav project.
And that's official.
I definitely saw what you were doing and was so behind it. And it filled my heart so much. I'm a daughter of an entrepreneur. So I watched my mother build her business from the kitchen table. She got an accounting degree late in life, and she started seeing clients after working as a bookkeeper at home at night. And then to a point where she was like, okay, I can't work for those other people anymore. I'm just going to build this, to a point where our house was busting at the seams, and then had to get her own spot. So, her dedication of supporting small businesses and saying, we need to take back our commerce for ourselves, our work, our labor. I watched somebody do that, and I admire her for that. So when I saw you guys blending all these things with promotion and music and community, and really letting people understand that you're not out here alone, your business isn't going to fall apart. We're behind you 100%. So I'm just, promoting the promoters is kind of what I've been doing and how I got started. And I'm really, I saw it continue to happen. And then finally it was on my heart just to say, this looks like a lot. If you need help, I'm here to support. So I think Bruce was finally like, yeah.
4 collaborations in 2 months is really a lot. So I'm really glad you're here.
Yes, we were very ambitious in season 1, but we're also ambitious in season 2. But we're, applying some of the lessons. And I think, Nicole, I just remember like you showing up at one of our events that we hosted at Whittier Cafe, Messages from the Void poetry reading with the Setu Shango. And just like, like the way that you were like showing up in this space, like as soon as Bruce was connecting all of us, it just felt so right to have you join in and hop in on the team. And I'm so excited to be working together. Shifting gears a little bit to share with folks, how can they learn more about what we are up to with Colorful Colorado Collaborations?
Well, definitely check out our socials. So on Instagram, we're colorful.co.collab with 1 L. You can also find us on YouTube and Facebook at Colorful Colorado Collaborations. And then our email is colorful.co.collabs with 1 L at gmail.com if you're interested as a creator, or if you have a small business and you want to get involved.
And something exciting we have coming up there too is that we're actually going to be launching our own website. We are getting all of that together, but stay tuned for those details for sure. And with that, Nicole, I'll pass it over to you so we can talk a little bit more with Bruce.
Awesome. Yeah. So excited to be part of season 2, but can you tell me a little bit about how this season is different than last?
Yeah, there's a lot of different changes. So we did just dive in last fall with kind of how we were doing everything here. So we've taken a lot of lessons from what we learned then, how we want to spend a little bit more time on each of these collaborations. 2 weeks to learn about 3 different entities in our community just wasn't really enough time. So we're going to be spending a full month on each of our collaborations. It's going to be a musician and a local business. We're also asking a lot of our musicians who they want to work with. We found that, collaborators that know each other and work well together do really well with these types of things, with our different shows and all that good stuff. So our first one is actually coming up on March 19th with Nina de Freitas and featuring Alchemy Ritual Goods. And I'm so excited for that one. And so, yeah, again, Thursday evening, March 19th, but that's not it. So we've got 4 collaborations on the schedule, but we are also now partnered fiscally with Sisters of Color United for Education. We're also officially an LLC. So we are legit this year. I am so excited. It's not just a passion project anymore. I mean, it is, but we're also for real doing this thing. And I'm very excited about it. We've also got our first birthday coming up. And so we're going to be doing something with that. If the Underground Music Showcase happens, we're hoping to jump on with that. We've just got a lot planned here. But again, March 19th is kind of that first day for season 2. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff throughout the month of March for Women's History Month. Again, partnering with Nina and showcasing her music. She's got some new stuff coming out, and also Alchemy. And I am so excited to do something with them. And then we're also going to be branching out of Denver. Season 1 was kind of all just kind of contained in our fair city, but we are also going to be traveling down to Colorado Springs, working with the Reminders and exploring what Colorado Springs is all about and how we can uplift the community there, because our name is Colorful Colorado Collaborations. And so we do want to get to know our state a little bit better.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, shout out. It's also Black History Month. It is every day, but every month is Black History Month, but specifically. I'm excited. Who are we working with down in Colorado Springs?
So it'll be the Reminders. We are still trying to find the perfect business to work with. Thankfully, that one is coming up in April, so we got a little bit of time. And as we kind of have all of these pieces fall into place, we'll be letting the people know, of course, again, through that Instagram, through that Facebook. Once we get that website up and going, it'll be there as well. But we're also going to be working with Los Mocochetes coming up in May. Those guys normally do their annual Cinco de Mayo show. Of course, that's probably not going to happen with COVID, but I just thought that we could pluck that and work off of the Cinco de Mayo with Los Mocochetes. And then working again with Celesté in June with her band Tulips. And so that'll be a good Pride celebration. We've got a huge thing planned with that. And so lots of different things happening. And again, we're giving that space to breathe, to really get to know our musicians and our businesses throughout a full month instead of just like a quick 2-week period. So you'll be getting to know all these artists and businesses pretty well throughout season 2.
Beautiful. And I mean, to know you is to love you, but can you tell me a little bit more, Brucey, about who you are as a host?
Yeah, so I like what you said also. I'm a community member here in Denver. I'm a host on Indie 102.3. I host Especial, which is a full hour of exploring new and independent Latin-made music from around the Americas, and heavy emphasis on Colorado musicians. There's a local band or artist in every single set of music. I've also founded Whiskey, Women, and Song, which is similar to Colorful Colorado, but pairing female identifying artists with local distilleries, and just doing other stuff here in Denver. But getting to do this project, Colorful Colorado Collaborations, has been wonderful. When Celesté reached out about doing something like this, at first it sounded kind of easy. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I do. And then it turned into this major, wonderful thing. And we've gotten so much great support here. So this season, like I said, I'm trying to make sure that we focus in on these artists and these businesses even better, trying to make sure these interviews go as deep as possible, given the time that we have each. We've got a month, but when we get down to the show, it's only about an hour. So just making sure that we have as much information to give out to the community as possible to get to know who your neighbors are, because that's what this is really all about, and making sure that people support local artists, local businesses, and local entrepreneurs. So we've got lots planned for this season. And again, yeah, if you want to find out more, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And right now we're actually at the Celesté La Alegría website, but again, we will be updating that here within the next couple of weeks. Celeste, Nicole, thank you so much for getting to know us even more. I'm so excited to work with you guys this season.
Definitely.
All right, so this is Colorful Colorado Collaborations. Looking forward to season 2 with another season of collaboration,
creativity,
and commerce.